Welcome back to L&B Outdoors. Today we're going to take this TO20 and we're going to put it out in the field and see if we can do its first real job of mowing a little grass. Y'all stay tuned. So as you know, with older equipment, you got the old functions. We're all used to the modern age stuff, your live PTOs, your all the time hydraulics. Well, with your TO20, you activate your PTO, which also activates your 3-point lift. And where we are glad for the 3-point lift, that comes some inherent dangers. So your hydraulics bleed down and your bush hog implement, whatever you got on there, after you let it sit for a little bit and you go back out there to fire it up, just to relocate to a different field or whatever, you have to turn your PTO on to raise your implement. Well, for instance, with a bush hog, that could be a little dangerous if you got folks around, livestock around, or whatever. So, to combat that, the folks before me come up with this ingenious idea of just welding some brackets on and putting some slots in them and setting up some chains on your 3-point. So that way you get that adjusted where you want it in the down position and the height that you want it. And you ain't got to worry about raising it up or anything like that. You just let her go. And then once you get to the location, you just turn your PTO on, start operating. So like I said in the beginning, we're gonna take this out to the field, and I got a little low area that I don't mow all the time. And I like to get it cut because the other two fields that it's in between is cut. So we're going to try that, and let's just see how this works for its first true job since, what, 10 years? So let's see what happens. Let us turn the fuel on. We'll climb up here and get in the seat. I haven't got me a choke cable yet, so I just rigged up one for now. On cold starts, you got to have the choke. After that, it seems to run pretty decent. So I have cranked it up and drove it out here to this spot so I could do some adjustments with that bush hog back there on level ground. So let's hear it crank up. Since this tractor set for 10 years, I wanted to put it through its paces slowly, just to kind of get a feel for it. I'm really pleased with this tractor's performance so far, but just keep watching. I got into some thick grass that almost stalled it out. Well, as you can tell, we didn't get too many passes in before she wanted to quit. It acts like carburetor, but I know it's getting fuel. So I'm wondering if it's fire somewhere in this ignition system. I'm just not sure. It'll crank and run after it cools down a minute. And as soon as it gets warmed back up, it'll start spitting and sputtering and go dead. I did replace that coil with an internally resisted coil, and it is pretty hot. Now I can hold my fingers on it right now, but now I got to come off with them because it's just pretty hot. None of my wires is hot. I don't know. I don't get it. Basic stuff. And it's bumfuddled me. See if I can crank it and let y'all hear it. Now, y'all explain that one to me. I'm gonna let her cool down for a little bit, and I'm gonna get her on back to the barn. And we're gonna have to do some figuring. This thing's got to be ready to go. But if y'all might know what that is, let me know. I've replaced coil. It has the Petronics ignition. The Petronics ignition is getting 12 volts. The coil is getting 12 volts because it is internally resisted. Carburetor is brand new, clean. Fuel line's clean, clear. Gas is clear. Explain it to me. Well, was it a successful first time out? I'll give it a 50% because it did do its job until it didn't. But I've got a sneaky hunch that it may be that carburetor, because every time I like pull on the choke, it'll try to pop off, and it don't any other way. Or I can take a hammer and rap on the bottom of it, and it'll seem to help a little. So we're just going to take the original one and get a rebuild kit, and we're going to go through it. There's night and day difference in weight, construction. You know, you always hear folks say, well, they just don't build it like they used to, but you compare this compared to that other one, there's a big difference. Well, it wasn't 100% success, but we did manage to get it out there. We did manage to mow a little bit with it. And every little bit that we do helps. When you take something that sets up for years and years and years, you've always got to work the bugs out of it. And the best thing for something is to let it run. That's what it's made to do. Let it run. Don't let it set up, because you run into issues like this one right here. We're going to take and probably tear that old carburetor down once we get a rebuild kit. But you know, the grass is growing. We got to have multiple tractors ready to go. Let me know what y'all think it is. Y'all heard it. Y'all seen it in action. Let me know. I appreciate you watching. Y'all take care, and we'll see y'all in the next video. Remember, like, share, subscribe, comment. Y'all take care.